Welcome back, 5 Aces.
Battle control initialized.
Hey people, 5 Aces here. This is your third favorite disembodied voice speaking, and we are still in the middle of a best of 9 series between Mr. Kav and Mr. Dang Shat. This has been an amazing wild ride so far. I do not want to get off Mr. Bones' wild ride just yet. This is gonna be a good one. Currently the scoreline is relatively close. We are at a 3-2 lead for Kav at the time present. And the factions that they've been spawning as are Ukraine and France respectively. A lot of France picks recently from both Kav and Dang Shat. Maybe it's just the RNG. As you know, the RNG is sort of weighted in a way in OpenRA. So it always is biased towards giving you more of the same faction. Just like you're biased towards giving yourself more of the same cookie. If you have enjoyed it previously. Yeah, it's kind of a weird quirk of the OpenRA engine. Alright, so 20 stack openers from both, it appears to be the case, and an engineer interspersed. No engineer here just yet from Dang Shat, so super aggressive. Man, that's just a conga line. Is that 25? Is that cheese that I smell? No, that's 20. Alright, one rifle left behind. No rifle left behind except that one guy that needs to be on base guard duty. Honestly, in case of conflict, he's gonna be happy to find himself in a defensive position back at home. Listening on the radio listening to those screams of the comrades dying. Oh! Grenadier cheese! Alright. It's targeted at the refinery at the time present. There's a double power plant, so there is no chance of anything happening. Yeah, immediately moves it out. Ooh. So one thing is, grenadiers have, yeah, they are quite lethal. If the grenades actually manage to connect, but that doesn't do anything. That is a nice little hit and run. Pulls the harvester off the line. I think that's the most valuable thing he has accomplished, is delaying the harvester by 2.5 seconds. So yeah, nothing too eventful here. Courtesy of the rifle infantry being left behind, the guard on duty, and also a really compact formation. Would be a shame if there were a light tank rampaging through this, right? But alas, there ain't. So Kav is, okay, just a little bit of spec chat action going on. Both have procured a war factory at this point, and both are relatively similar in timings. There is no light vehicle out from Kav. He is going for a harvester's economy straight up. There is, however, a ranger from Dang, which is usually a smart purchase, but there is only rifles at the time present, so this is not really a viable counter here. If you're lucky and they're moving, you can maybe shave off 1 or 2, but it's very unlikely. But what he can do is harass the enemy infantry presence. And that is what he is going to do in just a hot minute, I guess. APCs coming in. Okay, so this seems to be a Kav build. This appears to be his preferred strategy for harvesters, going up to a solid economy, and then building an APC. It's not the worst. The APC can still have an impact before the first tanks hit the field. And it doesn't delay your tech too much, gives you a decent... Ooh, nice. Gives you a decent amount of income. Oh, the army has been triggered. Kav is sending his entire forces out. So rockets are now appearing and they're lagging behind. So if Dang is a bit more active with his ranger, he could shave off some rockets, and that is a big deal. Not only cost they 300 pop, not only do they cost 300 pop, sorry, grammar, it's hard, but they also make it so your anti-armor, like if they're being sniped early on, your anti-armor firepower is going to be way less concentrated than it should be for the time at the time of the game. So the first tank hits disproportionately harder. So it is always really, really a big find to get those rocket soldiers, but alas, doesn't appear to be the case right now. Maybe he gets lucky and finds a couple here. Alright, the first skirmish. APC has revealed itself. Oh, the ranger could cut behind. This would be so good. Doesn't appear to be the case for now. Oh, there was also an engineer loaded up here. This was not a great deal. Stop tabbing out. Yeah, sniping a bit close. Ooh, almost too close for comfort, but shaves off 2 rocket soldiers. Not bad. Dang Shot is in a good spot after this trade. Yeah, 3.1k over 3k over 300. That is very, very noticeable. So if you're wondering about the face cam, for the time present, I'm recording in bulk right now. That's why I haven't fixed the face cam just yet, and I'm still experimenting around with getting the render timings better, like getting the actual rendering process sped up a little. And also making it so it doesn't crash all that often. The Ranger is being used as a forward scout. There is a sizable army here. First, the MCV from KAV has deployed a barracks, a forward barracks as kind of a rally point, and is now trying to go for a base push. Oh, he's got the Tesla almost lined up. That is super interesting. Okay, the army has been revealed. That is a terrible spot for the MCV. Oh my goodness, yeah, this guy needs to book it. Heavy tanks obviously can withstand a lot more punishment than their medium counterparts. Good concave for both. Both are inching forward with their tanks. Okay, that's good. Wow, that was some nice micro here. And he's collapsing. Is the front also collapsing, or is it gonna be working for the time being? It's looking like Dang Shot is gonna have the upper hand until the heavy arrives, that is. He's pushing forward. Oh, that was maybe a bit too overzealous. Lots of rifles on the firing lines here. Yeah, that was overzealous. Most certainly. Also, the rally point. The forward rally point barracks has been a big deal here. One tank has been split off from Dang Shot, is trying to get some damage on the harvester, but is immediately revealed. The flank has been called off. He's gonna have to book it. Nice predictive movement from the units. Dang Shot is still ahead, but he's lost a lot more. Plus, he's lost his primary source of income. That was his juiciest expansion, so he is gonna be on a timer. Needs to expand backwards, probably, and get more refineries online. For the time being, that is not a viable long-term solution here, with 5 harvesters on a dead patch. Yeah, he's moving further. Now he's exposing his main base. That's kind of the risk. He got pushed off his expansion, and that just means that he is going to be bleeding a lot of income. He has to move his MCV, and that means in turn that he's exposing his main base basically, or his expansion lines here, because he only has 2 MCVs. Yeah, Ranger is going for a nice scouting run. The tank has been revealed, lucky for the rifle. Oh, there's a turret. Okay, Dang Shot knows about this flank, should just send a couple, yeah. 2 rockets, that's all you need. Ooh, there's a nice little Ranger run by. He's probably gonna try and get the oil rig back from KAV, from under his nose. That is interesting. Let's see if that pays off. Big engagement is starting. There is also a radar dome already out for KAV. The thing is, he's pushing into a heavily fortified position, and he doesn't have the effect from the radar tech just yet. I think this engagement is gonna be favoring Dang Shot. Yep. Such a massive rocket density. Oh my goodness. Oh, seeing those 30s pop up. That is an extremely expensive composition. Yikes. That is so many rockets. Okay. Now starting to push back a little. The front lines have crumbled. There is an airfield. There's a yak in the skies in a hot minute. That means air control. Oh, he actually What is he doing here? No! But he managed to capture the oil derrick. Little slip of attention here, but still. That was decent. Oh, stop command. Oh! Lucky, yeah, that was a good movement as well. Moving into the path of the yak, so the crash doesn't take out half the blob. So the first yak got killed. That is honestly kinda good for Dang Shot, because having the first yak out as a forward scout is just such a big deal. Okay, the Tesla coil is finally being tackled. He's giving him the old 1-2 punch here. Ooh, sell-off from KAV. What is going on with the power plant? Just chilling. MCV from KAV is moving in, plus reinforced by a massive army. Again, sacrificing the yak a little too early. That was not necessary. Oh, wow! This tank managed to get a harvester just before it got onto the service depot. That is kind of lucky. Fortunate, at least. Lucky is the wrong word, but certainly fortunate for Cav. And Dang Shot is kind of collapsing here. It doesn't have much to reinforce anymore. Okay, the pillbox micro needs to be spot on. It needs to not waste the pillbox shots on the heavy tank. This ore refinery hasn't been mining for a long time, so that's not the biggest deal. Man, this oil derrick. Sneaky backline oil derrick. Alright, V2s are coming online. There is still no signs of a tier 2 transition from Dang. No, there is. But no helipads just yet. So he's definitely not opting for the... let's check the combat tab. Fairly even. Not opting for Blackhawks. And that is going to be a problem, especially with the advent of the V2s. Well-microed V2s can just bust through this position so easily, but a big flank onto the main base. Massive infantry dispatch. There's V2s, there's lots of V2s here. Whoa! That is a lot of DPS though. Hit and run, stutter stepping, beautiful! Also taking out the service depot in just a second, I guess. Oh, that's attack move from Cav. Kind of unfortunate. He should have target fired the V2s for the center mass. Still though, he's gonna achieve a cleanup in just a second. War factory is down. There has not been a double war factory built out from Cav yet, so that means this is gonna be a good time for him to recover a little. He has taken a bit of a pummeling. Oh, so smart. Splitting off a small platoon from the army. So these are gonna be waiting in ambush. It's unfortunately not many rockets, just 3-4 rockets, and the mostly medics. Oh, also somehow the V2 died. Unfortunate. Yeah, he needs a line of sight enhancer. He needs a scout. And honestly, at that rate, his best bet is still maybe a Chinook. Helipads don't cost much. Yeah. What is he building? Oh, both players are so broke. Let's check the production lines. No, it is a Blackhawk. Even Chinooks can be fine in this scenario. If you don't need the DPS, if all you need is just the line of sight, then that's completely fine. Whoa. 3 V2s. That's kind of brutal. You know, the real-life counterparts, they were called Katyushas. They were called Stalin's organs. Stalin's pipe organs. Because of the sound they made. And that kind of is reminiscent. So yeah. Dangerous composition, but only if you wield them properly. There is 5 V2s. Look, this can be spectacular, or it can completely backfire, because if your armor consists mainly of 5 V2s and they all misfire on a single rifleman, and then you've got like 20 seconds to go to town, basically. And they're not much of a front line either. So this is very much a hit or miss composition. Ooh. Honestly, don't sacrifice your helipad. Don't sacrifice your helicopters like that. Jeez, he's attack moving. He's going all out here. Oh, the artilleries though. Artilleries are trying to get some good connections. Decent. The artilleries themselves have been pummeled though, so far good V2 micro. That is such a tough standoff to play around with. Oh, double war factory out here. Is the war factory back online for Cav? Yes, it is. Oh, and the dispatch has cleaned up 2 more harvesters. So the longer this is going on, this kind of stalemate situation, this is going to benefit Dang Shot. Because he simply has gotten more income at the time present. I'm gonna do a reality check here. We have 4 harvesters only. I'm gonna do a fact check on our own claims here. Yeah, really good hits. He just needs line of sight again, and then he's completely good to go. Down goes the Yuck, taking out a sizable chunk of the blob. And he feels like he's got the upper hand finally. Only 1 V2 remaining. And the artillery's from the backline. Triple vet on this one. They are gonna go to town. Chi being called, rightfully so. Yeah, that is the great equalizer. Oh god, I've got the map scroll bug again. the Great Equalizer, 3-3. Damn, this series just keeps on giving. Alright, with that, we are gonna be back in game number 7. See you in a sec.
Battle control terminated. Battle control initialized.
Welcome back to the Great Divide. This time we've got an all-time classic matchup, alright. I guess this is not the time to make jokes about wars. But then again, this one's a bit longer in the past, so yeah, Germany versus France, we're gonna let that one slip. On a serious note, what the fuck, Putin? Stop that. That is so not okay. Yeah, but Germany versus France, what a classic, timeless. And the Great Divide, that's a classic as well. With the forward commands, lots of pressure can be exerted early on. Is this a double? Oh wow. Double engineer opener from Dankshot. You've got to have some level of confidence to pull this one off. This has to be followed up by double ref, so despite this map being relatively safe for a war factory first, courtesy of your gem mines and your basically free natural expansion, you can get away with a war factory first build here easily, but this locks you into a double ref build regardless, because you're gonna be so broke otherwise. Because double ref doesn't usually scale all that much, and on a map this large, you can't really be sure that you're gonna be gaining enough ground to make up for it. You can't be everywhere at once. You have to concentrate your armies, and there are so many objectives to tackle that this is sometimes not really viable. Oh, Kaf has sent 2 rifles. My lord, that is unlucky. Engineer is going in blind, is gonna be dead. Yep. Oh, that is unfortunate. That is gonna put Dankshot behind by a large margin here. Yikes. On the other side, that was completely free. Yeah. Dankshot not opting for any pressure here. Oh, he was forced into building a 3rd engineer to kind of make up for it. Because once you've committed yourself to this, there's no other option. Oh, yikes. That is a brutal start. Doesn't look like much, like in terms of combat, sure. 500 and 200 respectively, but this puts you behind so much. You've invested 1,500 credits into engineers. That is like 3/4 of a war factory that you have invested in the early game. And that doesn't bode well for the future. That is also a curious choice. Kaf has built his war factory on the FCOM. This is risky. The FCOM can get pressured easily. It doesn't have much build radius. It also usually isn't defended super well, because you're expecting your opponent to go for the main base. So this is definitely a liability. Also, there is the harvester pathing. If you build the harvesters, they have to travel over, which is just a couple seconds, but it adds up. So more things that speak against that than things that speak for it. Nice from Dankshot though, blocking the entrance here completely. Oh no, is he actually gonna bust through? This may be an option. Not with the hesitancy. I think he hesitated too long. He could have killed one of the rifles and then tried making a run for it and sniping the engineer. That would have just been the absolute nail in the coffin. Ranger here from Dankshot is also going on a little scouting venture. Is going to find itself on the wrong end of many rifles. That is not a good spot to be in. Yeah, he's microing it though. Oh no, he isn't microing at all. Dankshot, that is like the 2nd time he has just attack moved his Ranger like this. He's got good micro, it was just probably that he was placing a building while he was doing that. You'd certainly not expect 10 rifles to stand around there randomly. That is honestly an outlier. First tank is out. Okay, there's a tank before MCV build. Is it gonna be the same case for Kaf? No. Kaf has just built up his economy. The communication center also hasn't been claimed here from Dankshot. That's kind of weird. So he's lacking in the scouting department just a little. This acts as a forward warning post. Huh? Is that another engineer built? Is it like what, the 4th engineer now? He had an engineer. Alright, weird. So his infantry core is gonna be very, very depleted. Let's see the economy. He is ahead in assets though, somehow. Fairly even now. Alright, so in terms of the army, he's also ahead. This is kind of a miracle to me. I mean, he built an earlier tank, so maybe that's it. Reclamation Operations here. Oh, he's gotta find the engineer as well. Or maybe not. Oh! The counter-engineer from Dangshot is hidden so well. Tucked away in a corner. In comes the tank, probably. Yeah, that's probably not gonna happen. Against an early tank like this. This is completely fine here. Dangshot can always just reclaim this afterwards. Weird position for the infantry of Kav to be in. He's not protecting much of anything here. He's trying to secure the flanks, I guess. Oh, nice crushing action. You can also push around the NG as well. That's exactly what's happening here. Yep. Good night, sweet prince. Oh, he wins the infantry engagement though. That's kind of awkward. Alright, the tank has been sent on cleanup duty. And there is no more ranger to speak of, so yeah. Okay, the early warning outpost has been triggered. And in a very timely manner. Ooh, infantry corps needs to get behind the heavy armor stat. That is a dangerous position, but he has rectified his mistake. Dangshot and many other top tier players have gotten so good at their tank movements. You see that they're always moving the tanks separately, not just moving everything in a death ball, the good old so scared style as it used to be, where you just grab your entire army and send them on a move and pray to RNGesus for the best. It's just so much more efficient to form a front line made of heavy armor and heavy metal, and have your infantry in the back lines, and basically having two different control groups. And players have gotten amazing at that, at putting up concaves, formations, star stepping, plus also just inching forward with tanks. I mean, this is a very bad example of what Dangshot is providing here. This is bad practice. But yeah, his scouting also, that is something that, you know, people like ZX Ganon have introduced this into OpenRA from StarCraft, I guess. That you always send some expendable scouts. Always know your enemy's army movements. Yeah, he's moving behind his turrets. That's really good play. And oh, what is this? The tanks from Kav completely out of position here. Kav is getting routed. That was completely on his own fault. That was a positioning mistake from his tanks. A very grave one at that. Plus, he's still fighting into base territory. He's still fighting into the construction radius of Dangshot, and I think Dangshot is gonna wipe him clean here. Wipe him off the map. This was a terrible, terrible mistake from Kav. Just as I've given them praise. Oh, plus the crushes, jeez. Just as I've given them praise for improving so much in terms of army movement and concave formation, this was atrocious. There's basically no more rockets left here. Wow. That is absolutely brutal. Well, I guess Dangshot is gonna make up for it by running into a pillbox line head first. Zooks first. He's trying to bust through. Alright. It's taking a while. Taking him a while here. Yeah. There is no way he's gonna approach him. Chi-Chi. Oh, one of the tank systems lit off and killed the harvester on the gem mines. But that was not what the straw that broke the camel's back here. It was honestly just this one engagement that went terribly south for Kav. And the reason being his tanks were not in the front. Yeah, just learn from that. Learn from those rookie mistakes, my friends. I mean, those are not rookies, those are top tier players, but still, those things tend to happen. Alright, that was an awesome third part of the series. Or is it the fourth part? Wait, I've lost track because I've casted so many back-to-back now. Yeah, anyway, this is the 4-3 lead for Kav. But we're still not done yet. There are still 2 matches to go. And by the way, I don't know the outcome. I can't infer it because I think they agreed to, even if one ended up taking the series in a decisive manner, they would still play out all the matches. So there's that. Still no conclusions can be drawn here. And Dang Shot taking the lead. This is absolutely wild. Oh, he also killed the Harvester here. I missed that one. Splitting off your tanks can be so effective. Damn, son. What a series. The gift that keeps on giving. We are going to be back in a couple days for you, in a couple seconds for myself, with probably the conclusion to the last concluding matches to this insane series. Thank you again to I Like Men for posting this and sending it to me on Discord. If you have any good replays yourself, please do not hesitate, do not refrain from sending them to me. I'm always glad to get some more replays in. And Shadow Paradise is also next on the menu. Thanks for watching, I'll see you next time. Peace to Ukraine. 5 Aces out.
Battle control terminated.